Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.
Good morning, fabulous first grade. How are you today? Great. It's great to see you on this terrific Tuesday. I was reading another story about an amazing woman named Mary Jackson. She's an engineer. And you know what? She helped to do all the math calculations so that the astronauts could launch the space shuttle. Isn't that the coolest thing? Right? It's a biography, which means it's kind of her life story. Her name is Mary Jackson, human computer. And I think you would love to know more about her. So you should look for this story on Sora or at your county public library. And I think you're going to be amazed at what a hero she is and all the great things she did. You could be an engineer, just like Mary Jackson. Okay, set your goals. All right, my friends, it's time for us to see who number 4 on our Sora countdown is. Are you ready? Okay, we had Wilson in number 5, and let's see who number 4 is today. Scandinavian Middle School. Wow, a middle school. Great job, Scan. Super terrific to see you on our top 5. I'm not sure you've ever been there before. I hope you're back next week. All right, friends, it is time for you to, not wake up your brain yet. It's time for you to write me a letter. I want to send you one of our fun activity books with all the puzzles and games and coloring. I think you're going to like it, and it's free. All you have to do is write to me here at our PBS classroom and give me your name and your address. You can tell me anything you'd like, and I will put one of these in the mail for you. Okay? All right, I look forward to hearing from you. Send me a letter. All right, my friends, now it's time for us to wake up our brains and train our ears for sound. That's right. Today, we're going to play the deletion game. So delete means when we take something off, right? And so today, I'm going to tell you a word, and I want you to take off the last sound that you hear. All right? You ready to try it? Let me show you what I mean. If I said dirty, I want you to take off the E. So dirty becomes dirt. See that? All right. Sleepy. Sleepy becomes sleep. Very nice. How about frosty? Frosty. Frost, and then take off the E. Good job. How about jump-y? Let's say it together without the last sound. Jump. Good job. Very nice. That is called deletion, when we delete or take off a sound. And today we were taking off the ending sound that makes the long E sound. Great. Let's do some fluency and warm up our brains before we get started with our new spelling pattern this week. All right, here we go. I-G-H says I. Say them with me. I-E says I. O-A says O. O-W says O. O-E says O. A-Y says A. A-I says A. E-A says E. E-E says E. And sometimes I-E says E. Great. All right, let's take a look at our spelling pattern for this week. We are looking at our tree card, and we are focusing on Y says E and EY says E. Will you say it with me? Y says E EY says E. Great. Now I have two words that we're going to practice reading together. We have this vowel here, and we have this vowel here. Now we already know, we just said Y says E, so when we get to that, we're going to say E. And look here, and look at these letters next to it. So what do we know about this A? Right, because it has a double consonant, we know the A is going to be the short A sound. So let's try it. Dad, E. Daddy. Good job. All right, let's look at the next one. Here we go. Look again. Oh, yep. Short E on the front and a long E at the back. Here we go. J-L-E. Jelly. Jelly. Great job. All right, now let's build some words together. Okay, that's where you're going to tell me what sounds we need to put in the chart. Are you ready? I'm looking for the word yucky. Yucky. What does it start with? Y. Right, that's the Y. Y. Good job, short U. Yuck. Okay, now here's a trick. This is a short U, and the k sound is in the middle, so it's going to be CK. This says yuck, yuck. And how do I make it say yuck-y? Right, I'm going to take this one down off here so we can use it to spell yucky. Good job, great. What if I want to change yucky to ducky? What do I need to change? Right, the y, we're going to delete the y. There we go. And we're going to put a d. Very good. Ducky. Super. What if I want to change ducky to lucky? What's my beginning sound now? Right. Look at that. Just like that, you were able to spell 3 words with the long E at the end. You did great. Yucky, ducky, lucky. Terrific. Great reading. All right, now we're going to take a look at our reading chart and practice a couple together. Let me get my reading finger. And let's start right here with city, fussy, Mickey, baggy. Oh, look at this word, baggy. Now look at this word. Oh, look, we changed the vowel. Buggy, penny, silly, messy. Great. Let's read our second sentence down here. And notice I underlined the Y at the end to help point it out to you. When you get there, you're going to say the E sound. Here we go. The baby is very fussy. Good job. All right, you're getting the hang of it. I like how you're paying attention to those double consonants so that you know what that first vowel says. And this one too. Here's a short vowel because it's followed by the CK. When you see that CK, it's almost always going to be a short vowel there. And then when you see a Y at the end or an EY, almost always it's going to be the E sound. All right, let's take a look at our high frequency words today. Are you ready? Today, we're going to focus on 2. We are going to look at the word would and near. Let's spell would. W-O-U-L-D, would. Now let's spell near. N-E-A-R, near. I have 2 sentences, and we need to figure out which word belongs in which sentence. Ed is, the top of the hill. Okay, are you thinking? Or, you would, let's read that again. You like a berry. So what do you think? Oh, right, I think so too. Would you like a berry? And I'm going to turn it around so we have an uppercase W. And then Ed is near the top of the hill. Great job. All right, I'm going to move this for a minute because I want to share something with you today. We're going to be working the rest of this week on compound words. So I'm going to move this away for a minute, but I'm going to bring it right back. And I want to talk to you about compound words. This says compound word surgery. I made it kind of a little chart, and you'll see why in a minute. Boys and girls, a compound word is when we take two smaller words and put them together to make a new word. Now, the two smaller words have their own meanings, and when we put them together, it gives the new word a new meaning. So it's kind of like they're surgery. They're like sewn together. And so I put a doctor on our page, and I thought I'd tie in Black History Month with our poster. This is Dorothy Lavinia Brown. She was the first African-American female surgeon in the South. Isn't that incredible? She was the chief of surgery in 1957 to 1983. See, girls can be important doctors too. So start making your goals. All right, let's talk about these compound words. When we have two small words like sea, like the ocean, and horse, and we put them together, we have seahorse. That's a horse-looking animal that lives in the ocean, right? And then we have pan, that's a little pan, and we have cakes. There's a cake. And when we put them together, it's a pancake. We have mail and box, and when we put those together, we have mailbox. Do you see how mail is a word all by itself? And box is a word all by itself, but when we put them together, it makes a whole new word, mailbox. We have pop and corn, and when we put those together, it becomes, right, popcorn. So let's take a look at our pocket chart because we're gonna build some compound words together. You see here, I have a plus sign because plus means adding to, right? We can do adding even in words. So we have ant plus hill, and what do we think that is when you put it together? Ant, hill, good. So let's turn this card around if my chart will cooperate. And we have ant hill. So look at what it looks like all together. That's a great big word, right? When we're trying to read a great big word, I want you to start noticing small words inside of it, and that will help you to break it apart. Anthill. Here we have bath plus tub makes which word? Right, bathtub. How about tea plus pot? What would that be? Right, teapot. Great job. You are really good at compound words. Have you done this before? I hope you'll come back and practice some more with me tomorrow. Let's sing. Goodbye now, the clock says we're done. I'll see you tomorrow, goodbye everyone. Come back and see me tomorrow so that we can continue to train our ears and practice that long E spelled with a Y and an EY. We'll do some more high frequency words and of course, our compound words. Have an awesome day. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Good morning to a brand new day. Time to learn and games to play. Learning things is so much fun. Learning is good for everyone.